done. Fold that up. Find our way out of the field. Yeah, right. It's probably not the best of times to be fertilizing in this kit. Probably do better with a self-propelled sprayer, so you can actually see over what you're doing. Anyway, here we are. GPS off while we drive to the store. Of course, I could just turn the lines off. Oh, you can see on the field there on the right, the patches in the distance where we haven't fertilized. Green. Everything else is brown. Kind of amusing how the rendering works. Get carefully out of the edge of the field. Don't go airborne, and we're good. So, head back to the store, grab another tank. Now also this fall we're going to have a ton of digestate, so we're going to need transporter tank, possibly a field tank as well, and I think I've got the sprayer. Sprayer we've got, we just don't have the rest of the stuff that we need. Okay, another tank of fertilizer. And we need to drag the pipe over again. Come on. There we go. Good grief, this thing's getting filthy again. Need another clean. Okay, select the front tank. There we go. Jump in, turn the pump on. So how we do? We actually got 61% done with whatever we had left over plus tank. What we could do is switch to activate automatic. There we go. One. Oh, right. Okay. So I can take pictures. Shut that off. Oops. Turn the pump off. Back that to there. And reconnect. I hope. Go fly. I'm not letting me connect. I'm not close enough, I'm guessing. There we go. That was easier. And pump on. So You see the blue mark inside the speedometer, rather than being a speed indicator, is a engine revs indicator. So while we're running the pump, it's at full, and when we turn the pump off, it ticks down to idle. I believe that's part of the enhanced vehicle mod, or enhanced vehicle driving, something like that, which I switched to after the hard drive crash from the version we'd been using before. And this one doesn't seem to be such a problem with GPS enabled. It still works with GPS, whereas my previous use of vehicle enhanced driving didn't work so well with GPS. Basically, as soon as you engage GPS, the drive buttons reverted to base game. So W forward, S backwards, whereas what I'm running now is W forwards or backwards, depending on whether you're drive or reverse, and then S is brakes. And that might be more complicated for someone using a keyboard, but because I'm using a steering wheel with pedals, it's actually far more natural from someone who drives stuff, even if it's not how tractors drive, because they have the whole joystick thing and what have you. Okay, so 2,000 litres of stuff left. We'll do a little bit of sciencing with the sprayer on this part of the field. There we go. And can't lift the boom until it's fully open. Okay. So we'll drive down here and then I'll turn it on. Actually, what I should have done. Now that's draining significantly faster. To zoom out a bit, let's watch the left boom. And that's what I'm worried about, is just dumping as much as it can onto the field. In manual mode I drop the minimum amount on the field, but I still get credited for fertilizing the field. Although maybe that's why I'm making so much money from fertilizer contracts, because I'm actually using less fertilizer than I'm contracted to. Maybe. But once we've done this section here, what I'm more interested in is when I hit an area that we already fertilized, does it auto turn off? Because that's something it didn't do before. So you would just dump all of your fertilizer all over the field and just nah. Anyway, we will find out any second now. Okay, that looks like we're not spraying anything. So the result of that little test is you can run automatic fertilization on a contract field now. Let's turn that on. Let's do that. And drive. Go drive. Okay, so we are going to automatically spray every single field from now onwards. Ours because it will apply exactly what we want, and contracts because it'll apply exactly what they want, although it will use up the fertilizer a lot faster than we have been till now, I think it's only fair, because we have been skimping on the fertiliser we put down on contract fields, and it will offset the amount of money we're making from these contracts. Oh, there you go, the side of the Spitfires. So any second now they should shut off. There we go. Obviously it does restrict our speed, and this will get us at least this corner of the field done. So we'll probably have to go back to the store, get some more fertiliser to complete this contract. I'm not too fussed about that. And there we go. Okay, we'll turn the sprayer off while we head across field to where we got up to. How are we doing? 67%. I could spray these little bits, but they're not going, well, they're going to count towards field completion, but not really significantly. Oh, there we go. We got onto this row here. Cruise control on. We should just be able to turn this on round about now. Okay, sprayer's on, and it will begin spraying as soon as we hit where we left off. Magic! Okay. So what this means is we're using more fertiliser, but we're not wasting fertiliser on bits of the field where we've already gone. And if I was spraying 50-50, you know, the boom was covering bits I'd already done, the rate at which the fertiliser is being sprayed is proportional to the amount of the field that hasn't been covered yet, that the boom is over. So we're all good there. Pretty certain I did fertilise the grass. Nitrogen levels on my grass field, that one there, yeah, they're fully fertilised, so they're good. These are low nitrogen content. This is still too high for the nitrogen content required by the crop. I think this field should be the same, similar colours to this one. Okay, we are 51% of the full tank. We've only used 60% so far, and I should go back to there to see where we're up to. 70% done. So yeah, maybe what I'm going to do, since we now know we can do everything on automatic, I may expand the booms on this at least one stage. So we'll order the arm extensions and get those fitted back at the yard, along with service kit for the tractor. We head back up the field. Probably end up using pretty much all of our fertilizer, unless we have to pull in another tank. That's not too bad of a deal, but because we are going to need some fertilizer next year, I think. Well, definitely. All of the fields that currently have sunflowers in will definitely be applying digestate to as soon as we've harvested them. We will then plant a cereal crop in those fields, and in all likelihood we're going to need to add some nitrogen as well. So at least that's the plan there. The problem with things like the cereal crop fields that we're then going to be putting either canola or sunflowers. If I put sunflowers in, I don't want to fertilise those fields at all. And we rely on the planter and the fertiliser in the planter to apply if it's still needed. We might not reduce the nitrogen enough to allow us to plant sunflowers in those fields, in which case we'll have to plant canola. I don't know what the canola nitrogen requirements are. Okay. How are we getting on? 79%, nearly 80%. Almost down to half a tank. So we might need some extra fertilizer. We might just make it. Who knows? As that hits the edge and turn. Boop, and turn again. That should turn off. Auto turn off. Nice. We head back down here. Past the little orange line and engage the guidance steering. Yeah, you can see from a distance the rendering of the dirt. It's brown where we fertilised, it's green where we haven't, and then it's sort of a lighter shade of brown where we haven't as we get closer. And the crop actually renders as well. So 3 rings of rendering. So those little green patches were way back there. Holes in our fertilizer coverage. Anyway, at least we learned something this morning, huh?
I'm done, so I'm
Okay. So today's plans, Mrs. Osa is taking a lie-in in the morning. She likes to have a lie-in on Saturday, but we went car shopping, so she's missed out on a day. And later on we will be doing hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill. Well, actually the weather's clearing up. It looked very ominous this morning. It looked like it was probably going to rain today. And I didn't check the weather, so I don't actually know. And the hourly forecast for today, it's only going to be 60 degrees today. Good grief. So not exactly warm. Oh no, 60 degrees now. It will be 73 later. And it looks like we're going to get mostly cloudy this afternoon. So that's going to make for a fun afternoon. Well, where am I going? Stop, stop, stop. Turn off the thing. Well, that was a bit of a disaster. Yes, please watch what you're doing. Where the heck am I? Am I still in field 40? Okay. Okay, we're still in field 40. That's a good start. It's just not showing me where I've sprayed for some reason. So we'll turn the spray on, or turn... Oh, there we go. Much better. So yes, we're going to have a cloudy afternoon, which does mean less sunburn. Which, as far as I'm concerned, is always a good thing.
Oh yeah, while you're grilling, I'm going to be on the trampoline showing you some tricks.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Fist bump if you think it sounds good. You have to go like...
Yeah, I did.
Hear it.
So anyway, that's our plans for the day. Change the thing again. Okay, we're up to 90.
And go to sleep. And have an ice cream.
Okay. So this job has taken us half the morning. We will probably, as I said, we'll probably end up doing that contract.
I wish they found that you let people play on it as bailing already.
And
Because bailing's fine.
the farm I have does have paling.
Yeah, the one that we played yesterday.
Yes. You have to wait for grass to grow.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, once the grass has grown, you can bale. But the same on any farm.
Oh, I have a bear. Wooden stick.
You have a bear.
Look, bear wooden stick.
Oh.
I'm gonna have a stick.
And,
Okay.
oops, that's wrong. That one.
How many animals do you have?
500 sheep.
Fucking sheep.
Which we have to feed. So as soon as we get back to the yard from doing this contract... Oh, do I want to buy some more spray anyway? Or leave it till later? Nah. We'll leave it till later. I'm probably not going to spray our fields until spring. That's generally, I think, the best time to do it. And since the earliest or the latest I'm going to plant this year, the earliest I'm going to plant is at the end of this year, right at the end of fall. So long as the temperatures are high enough, we plant the crop we want. It will be dormant over the winter. Then as soon as spring comes, we can get out and spray our fields. But I can go and buy a bunch of IBCs and haul them back to the farm on one of our flatbeds.
2 people.
Along with all our other stuff that we need, like seeds for the coming year. And turn it off there. The thing is, if you only do one headland, part of the boom is going to be off the field, and so you're probably going to be spraying as you turn, although the rate of spray should be lower. How are we getting on? 98%. Oh, and we've only got 19% in the tank. I think this might work. Three, two, one, come on. 99%. And give me a message. Come on. Come on. Yes, done. Fold that up. We'll take this back to our yard again. Where's the exit? Where that tree is. Our poor little tractor's struggling. 17 miles an hour. Oh. Oh, that's better. Right, ease off the speed as we turn onto the farm track. So we're not playing with any realistic mud mod that might be slowing us down in the fields. Actually, having played with the realistic cedar mod for so long on this map, or for so long now, we've only played with it on the farming agency version, but I really hope that Giants does something to implement that sort of thing into 22. Because it does make, you have to think, if you've got a ton of small fields, it's not practical to plant, I'll do one of wheat, one of barley and one of oats, because you're buying, there's the extra we did yesterday, or Saturday. But, you're only going to use 10% of your seeds on one field. You're going to end up purchasing a ton of seed that you're not going to use for a while. So you'll be a little bit more like we've been on this map, where all of the cereal crops I planted were triticale, and all of the oilseed crops I planted were sunflowers. Now we've still got some triticale left over, we've still got some sunflower seeds left over, so we can use them in the coming year. But this year I could go out, I could buy some canola and just plant canola for the year, or use up the sunflower I've got and then finish off the other fields with canola. But you're always, it's not super efficient to plant every single crop in each of your fields, because you're going to waste a lot of seeds unless you're playing long term. Okay, where are we at? We are passing 39. So I don't need any more fertilizer for this year unless we do more contracts, but we are getting into the harvesting months, and so probably not going to want to, as I said, I'm going to be using this for in part for the sugar beet harvest. So we're not going to have the sprayers attached. We'll have to drain the sprayer. Don't know what button that is, so we're going to have to suspend realism for a bit and pull up the help menu. I believe all of my seeds I relocated to this small shed on the left here, because it's too low for a lot of my equipment. So we're also able up there. Oh, we're gonna have to move in there. Select the front tank. Oops, I dragged the thing out. So, liquid fertilizer, we want to pump it out. Activate pump. Change pump direction to emptying. Do that. What?